Game number one between the Edmonton Oilers and the Florida Panthers ends with a victorious OTGWG for Leon Draisaitl and makes the Edmonton Oilers one more win. 3 away from winning the Stanley Cup. Oh my God, we are witnessing the history happening right now, but we'll talk all about it. But first off, welcome back to the O Hockey Show, and if you want all the best hockey content and up-to-date news to cover all the Stanley Cup Finals and all the happenings in the hockey world, you should subscribe, like this video, and comment that you did, and I'll love you forever. But let's talk about the game. So, Edmonton Oilers, of course, winning 4-3 in overtime against the Florida Panthers in game number one, and this was an up-and-down roller coaster for both of these teams last night, but I would like to mention that somebody called the exact score of the game and said exactly what was going to happen. And that was me. So, yeah, if you want some good insider tips on what's going to happen in these games, you should stay watching this video and know what's going to happen in game number two. But it's also exactly how I called it going to be happening. Game starts, I said that the time off always hinders these teams. I don't care, the break is going to make them better, they're more refreshed. I think it always slows these teams down. And which one of these two teams is easily faster than the other one? Who scored a goal in 1 minute and 5 seconds? Who did it? That guy, Leon Draisaitl. And it was an awesome goal, and it started exactly the way you'd think. Off the face-off, boom, in their face, Oilers using their skill and speed and quickness, everything down that list of skill and crazy highlight plays, zipping down the ice, getting puck on net, getting in the corners, and of course, getting to the net, driving the net, and that is going to be a theme of this game. But we'll talk more about that in a minute. But they score off a great, just pound the net, keep the puck in the zone, throw it. It's like they got in the corner, puck goes up the boards, throw it across the ice, defenseman, can't remember who it was, throws it on net, and it just is a mad scramble, and Leon Draisaitl, the German brute, is the one to bury it in for goal number one. But then, after the Oilers had their amazing start and were really dominating the play, the Panthers turned it around. And I don't know if it's exactly the Panthers found their game, or my personal fears of the Oilers' defense. I think their defensive structure is awesome and their play is awesome. It scares me, the guys that are in the system, to always pull it off. Because you got Bouchard, you got Darnell Nurse, you have now I can't think of anyone. Wallman, Klingberg. Like, a lot of guys that I don't have full trust in when it comes to playing superb defense, especially in the Cup Finals. And things started to break down a lot. A lot of just neutral zone passes, clearing the pucks, just getting pucks to the net. Now, the one thing that the Oilers are doing solidly enough constantly was crowding the net and keeping the Panthers from getting those good net front opportunities like rebounds and so on, just getting to the net, crashing the net, and keeping that chaos at bay, or at least enough where Stuart Skinner can slow down the play. But it was just, first goal, of course, Sam Bennett. For me, personally, good goal to me, and this is one where it's like they get a guy in the net and they're trying to crowd him out, but Bennett is a tough guy, he's in there, he falls over from kind of not a trip. I do definitely think he intentionally played off falling down. No one's going to be shocked by that. He definitely did. But for me, goaltender interference is, in my head, did him falling and running into Skinner prevent him from making the save? I don't think so. I don't think him knocking Skinner over I think he couldn't see that play at all. I think and of course the puck goes off his skate. So even let's say he falls like 2 inches in front of Skinner, it's still going to hit Bennett's skate and go in. I don't think Skinner is going to make that save. So to me, goal number one for the Panthers, I think is okay. I know a lot of people don't, but I think it's fine. And then goal number 2, of course, for Brad Marchand as well. This one's on the power play, and it's another one in the first period where the defensive structure breaks down for the Oilers, and they just get zip passes, just like, I know it's a good power play too, but it's the Cup Finals. You gotta be on it for the penalty kill. And of course that killed the Panthers later on. But it's just like good passes through players, getting it to the net, and just what is Stuart Skinner going to do about it? It's a bad defensive breakdown. Marchand just buries it. 2-1 lead, and of course, to start the third, the Panthers get on the board. Sam Bennett just once again, neutral zone passes, easy breakouts, making life easy for the Panthers. Zipping down the ice, Bennett just gets to the net. He's leading the playoffs in goals, and he's just patting down. Of course, now getting the Panthers franchise record with 12 goals goals in the postseason. Bennett, just good goal. It's just a 2-on-1 rush, and he just shoots it far side on Skinner, and Skinner has to make a decision. He just couldn't make the save. And once again, I'm not blaming this on Skinner. My fears for the Oilers is I think Stuart Skinner is a slightly above average goaltender. I think he's not amazing. I don't think he's stealing games. I think the games he's gotten shutouts in, like against the Dallas Stars, he was doing very good, but that's like his limit. I think he is a definite like average to above average at his best goaltender. And that's good enough to get you by to get wins, but when you're letting these pressure chances, like Bobrovsky was easily the better goalie this game. And he had to be. He had to play as the better goalie in this game to keep the Cats in it. And he did a fantastic job of doing so. It's just the Oilers are just shooting, ripping shots on net. And Bobrovsky kept a lot of them out. He was making toe save after toe save, crazy jump across, paying attention to the puck, tracking the puck down saves. It's just he kept getting pounded, and finally, Arvidsson, right? Once he finally gets that break down the ice, Podkolzin with a little bit of a screen after a drop pass to him, just big slapper, and it just goes underneath it just hits his elbow under the hand of Bobrovsky, and it's one of those where it's like you gotta take his eyes away, you gotta crowd the net, you gotta beat them in front of the net, take away Bobrovsky's chance of making a save, right? And he almost had it too. Like, you got to make sure it's enough to keep that save from happening. Then Ekholm's goal as well. This one is just another one where it's just like crowd the goalies, take everything away, puck pops out to the defenseman, and he just gets it on his stick, rips, and it just, I don't know how it finds a hole, but it finds a hole through everyone. Bobrovsky is none the wiser, and it just goes straight in the back of the net, in the back, makes that nice little noise, and tied up game. We're going to go to overtime now. So Bobrovsky overall this game, phenomenal play. Phenomenal. The Cats, they found their game in between the first period and the second period, and they were dominating and really challenging the Oilers, but their defense was doing a good job of keeping away those rebound opportunities, keeping out those plays to take away the eyes. And really the Panthers, when they did have their game in check finally and were kind of in control of the play, they were not punishing them, which is kind of my thing, was I think that rest, that takeoff, where the Panthers didn't have that killer spirit in them. It didn't look like that. We're used to seeing how they played against the Maple Leafs, how we see them play against the Canes sometimes. Which, once again, another problem I think they had against the Canes, too, is like they didn't have that kill. Like, we got this team under all the stress in the world, and they didn't bury them. Well, I guess they did, kind of. That was dumb of me to say. Take that back. But yeah, they were in control, and they just didn't punish the Oilers enough. And when the Oilers finally found their game back on their stick, controlled the play, out-shooting the Panthers, out-chancing the Panthers, getting those 50-50 pucks, getting pucks to the net, guys getting in front of the net. They were doing everything right, and they tie up the game. Overtime, like I said, to get to the point, overtime was extremely fun, back-and-forth chances both ways. But once again, the Panthers' chances, it goes on the Panthers to me not being able to break through with like those incredible plays to score and those killer instincts. Also, the Oilers doing a fantastic job defensively to keep them from doing that and crowding them out, keeping the net clear for the most part, and letting Skinner get those easy saves, get those just shots where they go into his pad, into his chest. And it's great job by the Oilers, bad job by the Panthers to not eliminate when they can. And then finally, all it took was one power play, which I'm not the biggest fan of the power play, the penalty call, but that's whatever. But the power play gets on the ice, and they just get right to fucking work. They just get down deep. Everyone's doing exactly right. Evan Bouchard looking great. His chance, too, his breakaway. Would have loved to see him just shoot it. All the goals that were scored on Bobrovsky and a lot of the goals he's given up in these playoffs have been just straight up shots. Straight up just getting. I know it was tough because he had a guy right on him, but I think if he could have just found a shot lane, right? If he could just backhand shot, just something. Better than just trying to make some kind of. You could tell he was going to try to go for a move rather than going for a shot, and I think if he had that mentality better, I feel like we've seen a lot of Bobrovsky goals bleed through him like that. But anyhow. But Bouchard, McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, Corey Perry, cycling the puck beautifully, getting it in the corners, and once again, puck goes in the corner, and just like in the Four Nations face-off. McDavid, well, I guess McDavid was the guy in the corner instead of the guy in the middle of the ice, but McDavid gets into the corner, he looks up, and he doesn't even look up, he knows his best pal. No, I guess he's probably not his best friend, but Leon Draisaitl, the other best player in this series, he knows he's there. He gets the puck on his stick in the corner. He knows exactly to throw it right through the crease area. No Panthers are there to get their sticks on it. A breakdown by the Panthers, which they were very clean there this whole game, I would say. Other than both of Leon's goals, I would say, and that's that superstar talent that is just making them make problems, cause chaos, and make them fall apart. And they can't get a stick on it. It's just a pass straight through the front of the net, through the pass in front of the crease, and just Draisaitl, bang, just puts it in the back of the net like the Star, and he just puts his hands up in the air because he knows that they just cemented Game 1 and have not made it like last year. But, so right now, the Edmonton Oilers are up 1-0 in this series. Of course, I'm going to make another video about Game 2, but I think going forward in this series, I still believe that the Panthers are going to win this one. I think it's not going to be a runaway series for anyone. I think the Panthers not easily, but I think they will come out with that vengeance in Game 2, and I think they're ready for it now. They know what's coming, and I think they might have that killer attitude, that spirit, that drive back in their lineup not being off for more than a week. And especially against a team with like the speed that the Oilers have, I think they're going to be back up to speed. I think they're going to be ready to punish this time, and I think next game it's going to be another close one, of course. But I think it's gonna be one that goes like it'll be a close 5-2 game. It'll be like it's like 4-2 really, and it'll be like 3-2 most of the game. It'll be like close towards the end, but the Panthers get one killer and they pull the goaltender, and then that fails, and it's gonna be a 5-2 win for the Panthers in game number 2. And I think this series goes to the Cats in 7 still. I think it's in 7. But that is all I gotta say, so thank you for watching this video, and until next time, too sweet, I hope you have an amazing day, and don't forget to subscribe, and ta-ta for now.